What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing round 24, Port Adelaide versus Richmond, a 30-point win by the Power in a game of football that very quickly should be deleted from the memory of all Port fans, considering even though it was a win, it was a terrible day to watch footy in terms of the skill level, in terms of the game itself, the umpiring, you name it, everything in there, it sucked. Regardless, it was a beautiful day at the Adelaide Oval. 40,000 people at the game, which was superb. I'm very impressed, Port Adelaide fans. Well done to you. So that's probably one of the few positives to come out of the day, but we've come out unscathed. We've come out with no injuries to report and pretty good condition, ready for the final series. So we'll get straight into it and review round 24. The 12 p.m. time slot sucks, simple as that, for people that are coming out the night before, coming to the footy. Not a great day to feel certain things. There's other things as well that can contribute to this factor. You know, even though there was 40,000 people, which is, I think, one of our biggest crowds this year, it was a sensational achievement to get 40,000. I was a bit surprised. A lot of family members and everyone there, so that was great to see. Richmond supporters definitely came out as well, which was great. But they weren't treated to a spectacle that definitely was great to watch, to say the least. I think the 12 p.m. time slot definitely affected the players, because the first 10 minutes was literally a comedy show. There were skills that were just not visible, fumbles, drop marks, just atrocious calls from the umpire. Well, that was throughout the whole day, but I think, yeah, it was a weird day to be at the footy. In the end, Port Adelaide prevailed with a decent 5-goal win, and something that I think we probably all expected to happen. Definitely wasn't something of a struggle that it was for the first 3 quarters to watch, and the class of, Dusty Martin, Shai Bolton was definitely shown throughout the day, Taranto, and their midfield was really good, but we couldn't really put away a Richmond outfit that was definitely a little bit, was younger, it was lesser experienced, and sure, we were missing quite a lot of tools and not really in our great state of mind, and we definitely weren't going 100%. Port Adelaide were no way, shape or form going at full throttle, which is completely fair enough. Obviously, we were going for a, in the end, we really weren't going for a home final. We were just trying to keep ourselves in good stead, get the job done, and give ourselves some sort of momentum going into the final series. Now, I'm definitely not stating that Port Adelaide are going to be in a position now where we'll just launch and go for it. It definitely should be the position we're in, but I think, with the calibre we had on the park yesterday, definitely wasn't going to showcase that in any way, shape or form. Missing, the likes of Marshall, who was a laid out. Francis Evans came in for him. Bill Williams was the sub. We weren't having Dixon, McKenzie. Like I said, our ruck stocks were a bit hurt, and then Curvis definitely dominated Sam Hayes yesterday, and that's why he was subbed out, and Finlayson went in and opened up the game a little bit more, but that sacrificed our forward line because we didn't really have any tools. Down there had Ollie Lord, who kicked a couple early and was really impressive. And then Burton had to go forward and play a little bit of a deeper role and a taller role. Didn't really work out as much, and in the end, though, I think our small sort of worked into the game and made it a lot more prominent, which was good. But overall, yeah, just not something you want to go by in terms of form slate when it comes into finals. I don't think in any way, shape or form the team we put on the park yesterday is the best team we have, and that was both how we played and, I guess in terms of structure as well. It's just not how it looks. And you look at a game like Butters, who ended up having 30 touches, was never really a big proposition on the game. Rosie was definitely the best on for Port. Dusty Martin showed his skills for the Tigers. It was sort of a Dusty, Rosie, Butters. You can throw a blanket over them and see who gets votes, sort of raffle it off, because I don't think anyone else really stood out as much. I thought Power Pepper's game was really good. Francis Evans' game was really good. Jason Horn-Francis got a bit going, and I think Boak's game was good as well. Bergman was solid. Farrell, all of our halfbacks were really good. Dan Houston as well. So I think in terms of that, it was definitely their sort of day. The game that Richmond sort of played was definitely forcing us to go long and not be that quick transition team. And it's definitely the way to beat us, is to slow us down when we transition and hitting up our targets. And it worked well at stages, and then I think the Tigers got sort of tired and we took over. The one thing that concerns me is our tools. Our game style seems to rely on tools now. It never really used to, but now it kind of does, and not having Dixon or Marshall in there, it hurt. Ollie Lord couldn't, take full in full responsibility for that because he's playing on Grimes or he's playing on. I think Bolter was up forward actually, so he was playing on one of the tools there. Tyler Young actually, sorry. So yeah, it was an almost game for Ollie. I think the way we played was definitely not helping him out, but he still kicked his 2 goals and was very prominent early on. But I think, yeah, with the way we played and how it was officiated, it was definitely one of the more frustrating days at the Adelaide Oval. It definitely wasn't something to give us so much confidence going into the final series. Just quickly on as well, from the umpire's perspective, that was a terrible, terrible officiation. You look at the one in particular that got me stumped was Kane Farrell's kick for goal. Borderline decision, but is that, like, for me, I was a bit stumped because I was like, is that something you review? Is that something you look at and go, all right, let's review that, see if he kicked it before or after the siren? Is that a decision that you can make? And then there was a couple of others that was right in front of me as well, where we were sitting and Elaine, time to go back to umpiring school, I think, because we talk about the officiating standards and how they've been so poor this year, and prime examples were from her yesterday. High tackle and ducking, she just played a blatant non-free. She played a free kick that was blatantly not high. It was a player ducking and falling into the tackle, not a free kick. Multiple holding the balls that weren't paid. The one in particular, Rosie tackling Bolton. If it's not holding the ball, it's insufficient disposal, or it's just not. It's a free kick no matter what, and it just stumps me. Absolutely stumps me how these things just are so missed. How do you miss those? And I'm not just blaming Eleni. The whole umpire quartet yesterday was shocking. Right across the board, it's shocking, and it's just, That's all I can do. It's just, you can't do anything with it. So, yeah. Regardless though, Port Adelaide got the job done. That's all I can review. Let's go straight into finals because we're there. September is there. So, before I finish up this review, Port Adelaide play Brisbane at the Gabba, Saturday night, September 9th at 6:55 p.m. It's a big game. There's a lot of content to come on the pair for it. We lose, there's a semi-final at home. We win, there's a prelim at home. There's a lot at stake. There will be a preview for this game, but I'm just stating, we're now in the big league. We're now in the big boy stuff. It's time for finals. It's time to get the job done. This is what we've worked hard for this year. Everyone's going to be saying Collingwood and Brisbane are the two main ones now because Brisbane got a good run if they stay at the Gabba, and Collingwood are Collingwood. They're the top of the league. They've been fantastic all year. They're all gettable. Everyone is gettable. And on our day, there is no one better. So let's get straight into it. It's finals time. Well, Port fans, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more Port Adelaide and AFL content to come your way. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the game and the finals ahead. I'm looking forward to chatting with you all and having a lot of content come your way across this finals series. My name is Anthony. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, come the pair.